Garyvee's greatest investing advice. No one stands out more than Gary Vaynerchuk, also known as Garyvee on social media, when it comes to successful entrepreneurs. He's a prime example of a self-made millionaire who achieved success through hard work. As the founder of VaynerMedia, a vlogger and author, he has millions of devoted followers, including all of us at SalesRabbit. Not only is his success inspiring in and of itself, but he also devotes a significant amount of time to mentoring and coaching other entrepreneurs. But what made Gary so successful? First, Gary focuses on the customer rather than the competition. When you think about your competitors too much, it can intimidate and bog you down. It puts you in a never-ending rat race where you are constantly trying to outdo the others. According to Garyvee, true success comes from focusing on your customers rather than your competitors. He said, "I am and always have been consumer-focused." He then added, "It's because the competition doesn't matter when you're obsessed with the end consumer. When you're trying to get field sales, don't lose sight of what's truly important. Rather than getting worked up about your competition, focus your efforts on providing value to the consumer." On top of that, Gary invests in something that he understands and he likes. The hardest part? Being patient. He said, "Investing plays out if you're not thinking this way. Okay, I'm going to put in $3,000, but in 3 years when I buy a house, it's going to be $9,000 or $6,000, and I'm gonna strike." You're just so vulnerable to macro things that have nothing to do with even the health of the actual business. He then said, "A lot of people historically have done fairly well investing in companies they just genuinely like, whether it's been Starbucks or Nike. Think geopolitical tensions or natural disasters that could disrupt single sectors. The answer," he said, "put it super duper long term and do it sooner rather than later," adding that even if some of your investments do not yield immediate returns, in the long run they will. He then said, "Unless America disappears off the face of the earth in a very long period of time, it is probably a good bet." He said, "You may pick the wrong company, and this is why you want to diversify." The S&P 500 has produced an annualized return of 7.2% on average over the last 20 years. A great example of this strategy is dollar cost averaging, which involves investing the same amount of money in markets every month. Garyvee is also a firm believer of hard work. While your goal is to be successful, you shouldn't forget about the importance of hard work even when you get there. Garyvee said, "I want the game. The game is my life." He then added, "There will never be a moment to quit. There's no dollar amount, nothing you can do to make me stop." No matter how successful you become, you should always be looking for ways to improve yourself and your business. He also believes that age is irrelevant. It's a common misconception that age determines ability. Gary, on the other hand, points out that this is not the case. He muses, "There are plenty of 22 and 24 and 26-year-olds in my office right now that work harder and smarter than some of the 50-year-olds I know." He then added, "It's just the truth, and we are going to continue to see this trend adopted in the marketplace. If you're young, make sure you don't undervalue yourself. If you have younger employees, make sure to empower them and assist them in becoming the best they can be. Investing in the young can yield the highest returns." Another investing advice that we can get from Gary is the fear of failure. Fear of failure can get the best of you at times. You should work on your fear of failure if it prevents you from trying new things and following your dreams. He said, "It's the lack of fear of failing that has allowed me to make decisions so quickly." He then added, "If you never make a decision or deliberate for too long, all the upside or potential opportunity could be lost. Failure is a natural part of the process. Learn to move past it and continue making your personal vision a reality." He also reiterates that while it's important to welcome input and feedback from others, you can't rely on it completely. According to Gary, you need to put yourself on your own pedestal and then start weighing the opinions of others proportionately to how you actually feel about yourself. This doesn't mean you should completely shut out the opinions of others. People will have valuable feedback about you and your efforts, but you have to give your own perspective an equal shot. Don't demean your own thoughts and feelings. Lastly, before you can truly help others, you must first take care of yourself. According to the wise words of Garyvee, being selfish is the gateway to selfishness. Don't underestimate the power of caring for yourself. It puts you in a better position to serve others. While Vaynerchuk, whose net worth is estimated to be around $160 million, lives by these philosophies on a daily basis, he is the CEO and co-founder of global digital advertising agency VaynerMedia, a 4-time New York Times bestselling author, the host of the Daily V vlog, and a partner in a venture capital fund called Vayner RSE. He also has an eye for great ideas. His Vayner R, he was an early investor in companies such as Twitter, Tumblr, Uber, and Snap. So it's safe to say that listening to him might do wonders.